And I gotten 2 of these boxes from my hardware place, and I really like the color of this. I think it'll work well. These are interlock, so that means you can just lock them all together. And I'm gonna have to start with one piece and work myself forward. So, like I said, I'm gonna have to use that glue I got over there, and I'm gonna get on that now and just start trying to do this. I've done this before, another RV, a long time ago. Came out quite well, but now I have a little bit more experience, so we'll see how that turns out to be. So, as I can tell, I'm already gonna have to cut. You gotta make sure you know which side you want to cut, because since these are interlockable, you have one side here and one side here that sticks out like this. So then you can take the other piece from this side and interlock it in. At least that's how it's gonna work, because that's how it's designed. So since I'm not going to be using one side, I'm gonna go ahead and cut off this side here so it's nice and flush to my bench. And as you can tell, this side doesn't have it, so that you can interlock them like this, but I'm not going to need that or do that, so I'm just gonna go ahead and cut this side off. But first I need to measure where I'm gonna do that. Tape measure, right here. $44 and a quarter. So 44 and a quarter. I got my knee pad. Oh, the sun is just really bright in my eyes. I'm gonna have to move down a bit. Perfect. I'm going to use this to make sure I keep my marking nice and straight. And that's just a paint stick. So 44 and a quarter. Right here. And a quarter. And that's how you go make 2 markings. Then line this up, and then it should be just right. So now I'm going to have to go ahead and set up my cutting area. So it's probably going to be right there, because I don't want to get anything over here. Yeah, probably going to be my best shot. Yeah. I wouldn't recommend doing it like the way I'm doing it now, but I'm only doing it like this because, well, this is the only thing I got. But normally you should have some sawhorses and clamps and everything. But I'm gonna make this work. Well, that is way short. What happened? I must have messed up my measurement. Yeah, I sure did. See, this is why it's so important to get your measurements right. So, I don't know if you guys noticed earlier, but I went and since I'm gotta make a hole to where this piece is still gonna go and fit into the floor to hold my table. So what I did is this had, since I'm basically covering it up with wood, I went and put this thing back in the hole to align some of the wood pieces and mark the holes where the screws go in, so that I can just later on go ahead and drill out those holes and put the screws right through that without having to really worry too much about, oh, is this in the right spot? No, I can just like line it up. Oh, well, I can drill the holes, line it up, and put the screws through, and then it should just fit just fine. This thing is nice and tight, and it will serve its purpose. And yeah, I'm hoping that this won't be too much of a bothersome. I try to get it as best I could, and hopefully I can work with that. So now on to the next piece. This is gonna get interesting because now I have to work with this. So, yeah. Nothing's always straight when it comes to LEDs, keep that in mind. Since I'm having to deal with a little bit more of an issue as of like, okay, I have a corner piece here, or it's at an angle. To really get it precisely right, I'd like to just mess up a piece of paper instead of my wood. Because that actually costs a lot more money than a piece of paper. So as you can tell, this is kind of my piece of wood. So I basically have it outlined like this, and I cut this so I can mark where I need to go cut my piece of wood. did that pretty much the same thing with the other side. Wherever that's at, over there. But I didn't cut the piece of paper because I needed it to be more at a position to where I was having to kind of cut more in, so I kind of was like just tracing the edge from that piece of paper, which turned out to be actually working quite well. Everybody has some way of method. Either way, if there's a way you know how to do something, do it. This is the only way I can figure it out. It seems to help me. I seem to get it right for most of the time. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying that you gotta do this like this, you know. No, I'm not. All I'm saying is that I gotta mess up a piece of paper and make it an outline cut. I'm gonna go compare it to make sure it's actually gonna fit. And if not, then well, I'm screwed. So anyway, I'm hoping that it'll work. I think I might actually have to redo that because I think I might have measured it a bit wrong. Well, let's hope for the best. I really don't want to have to redo this. Alright, let's see the damage I did.
No.
Yes, I like to use my own weight. Doesn't mean I'm heavy. Actually, in fact, I'm probably not even heavy enough for what this actually should have. Ugh. I really wish I would have some kind of piece of weight right now. Just put right here. And just have it sit overnight. But I don't. Well, as it turns out, I did screw up a bit, but it's too late to go fix it, so I just cheated and nailed the piece down. And turns out it's this piece back here where I had cut that little square thing. I guess when I went and put the screws down in it, it moved, and I didn't catch it. I didn't really think it was going to be too big of a deal, but it is, because it blew off the whole entire lip to attach onto the other piece of wood. So it's kind of like wobbly. It's not interlocked. So I just fixed that by putting in a couple of nails. It's kind of noticeable, but I mean, you really have to be like looking at it and examining to really see it. And I don't, it's so narrow. I don't really care too much about it. And as long as I'm fine with it, that's all that matters to me. This part is gonna be interesting. I'm not really entirely sure how that's gonna work out. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought was gonna happen. Yeah. If we can do that, maybe it'll be fine. It's definitely gonna be gapping underneath. There's nothing I can do about that. Okay, well, I think I'm gonna end it here for tonight. I just wanted to make sure that I got this one piece here to be able to interlock with this piece, which looks like I'm gonna have to stand here for a while for the glue to take effect, which is fine, I guess. How else to spend like the next 20 minutes just standing in one spot, right? So, anyway, as you can tell, there's a bit of a gap here, which there's not much I can do about that. That's because this piece here is such an angle that it doesn't matter what I'm gonna do. Like, it's odd how it kind of dissipates, but yeah, I mean I can try to mess with it some more, but anyway, this is I guess the end product, and well, thing from the original carpet, this is much better. I mean, yeah, I'm not too fond of this area here, but what can I say? It wasn't all that easy. Once I put these screws in, this whole piece was like moving, and yeah, I guess I could have done a better job at that, but I don't know. And kind of just screw off this whole entire piece. That's why I put a little nail in here and a nail in here, just so that these boards can stay down. And I mean, if you don't know it's there, you probably wouldn't even notice it. So I'm fine with that. I mean, it could be better, but then again, you know, I mean, this is my house. It's not perfect, and nothing is. So why should that be perfect, right? I think it looks 100% better than it did before. Well, maybe like 99.9%. Who knows? I mean, I'm just much happier with this than the old raggedy carpet that was in here. And so then maybe tomorrow, after I get this all cleaned up, I mean, that's a mess, obviously, but you can tell that's, well, yeah, so I don't have any light over there, but just I keep my sodas with my new tiles and my new shoes, newish. I guess this has a hard time focusing. Sorry, I gotta use my phone right now. But it's gonna be interesting because, so like I said before, this part here, which is, you know, my closet, and here's my kitchen. So from here on out, like, from that point on to about here, I want to make it a diagonal wood piece, and that'll be interesting because I'm gonna have to probably cut another piece to put in here. As you can tell, there's another corner I'm gonna have to lift with, right? But who knows? I mean, maybe my paper trick will pay off another time. I hope. So and then, yeah. It's gonna be a work in progress, but it'll be alright, I think. Anyways, I'm gonna try to see what I can do with this part here. Maybe I can fix that a little bit more. I don't know, but yeah, I'm gonna, after I get that fixed somewhat, I'm gonna call it a night. It's pretty late anyway. It's now what, almost 9 o'clock? Ugh, yeah. And more than likely I gotta go work tomorrow morning. So, hope this was useful. I will pick it up tomorrow, and we'll proceed with the other side, and hopefully I can get like a new carpet in here by the end of this week. That'd be great. We'll have to see. Anyways, goodbye everybody. Thank you for watching, and like it if you do like it, you know, give me a like. That'd be great. Subscribe if you want to see more. That'd be awesome. You know, if you don't like it, you don't like it. That's okay. If you have any tips or tricks or ideas for me, let me know. Comment in the comments. Cool. Anyways, bye.